Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Eufy Homebase 3. This is also known as the S380. I have done a video kind of talking about this in the past, but today's video is entirely going to be about upgrading your Homebase 2 to this Homebase 3. If you're buying the Homebase alone, just by itself and not with another kit, this is what you will receive. So we have our package on top here, a whole bunch of goodies in here. We have a probably a quick start guide. Yeah, look at that. It just tells you how to hook it up. A Eufy security sticker, power cable, some screws, a pin, or a kind of like a SIM card tool pin over here, a network cable, and then here in the box, you can already see it, is the Eufy Homebase 3. And this is everything that comes in the package. One of the big things, aside from the AI that comes with these, is the ability to upgrade your hard drive. So this comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive pre-installed in there. However, you can upgrade it all the way up to 16 terabytes of storage. So like I mentioned, this video is going to be focused on updating my system that has the Eufy Homebase 2 to this, the Homebase 3. Now I'm going to see how seamless that is. Do I have to go through every single device and reinstall it on this new Homebase, or will it all just be able to be easily transferred over? Let's find out. So I was mistaken. When you buy one of the kits, like the E330, I believe it's called, it comes with a hard drive installed. However, this one, if you're buying just the Homebase itself, it does say in fine print here, hard drive not included. That's kind of a bummer, but I'm going to go ahead and start trying to set this up without the hard drive to see if it'll even work still. So reading through the expandable storage guide, take note here, it actually says there is no limit on how big your expandable storage is on this one now. It used to be 16 terabytes, now they say unlimited. But also it says you can use an SSD or a standard spinning disk hard drive. They recommend the brands Western Digital, Seagate, Samsung, Kingston, PNY, Crucial, and SanDisk. Personally, I'm a fan of Samsung, Western Digital, and SanDisk. If you get a Seagate one, you're going to be good, but Kingston, PNY, Crucial, and well, if you ever see Toshiba, just turn the other way. Even they say go the other way with Toshiba. Those hard drives, in my professional experience, fail about every 12 to 24 months. So rather than losing all that data, get a reliable hard drive. So we'll start by hooking up power. We'll plug in our power cord here and then plug this end into an outlet. It comes with a 6-foot power cable there. And then we can take our network cable, plug it in here, and then plug this end into your router, or I actually have a network switch on the other side of my computer, so I'm just going to plug it in there. Alright, and as we can see, there is a red light. We're going to wait for about a minute for this to turn blue, and then we'll open up the app and try to connect.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Follow the instructions in the Eufy Security app to set up the system. So
in the Eufy Security app, we're going to go ahead to go to the page where we add devices, and we'll say add a Homebase. This is the S380 Homebase. We're going to add it to our home here, and then say connect to router. Yes, it's connected to power. Next, and then it says connect your phone to the same Wi-Fi as the router. We're good there. Wait for it to turn blue, so we have a blue light. We'll hit next, and now it wants us to scan the QR code on the bottom of our device.
Homebase has received a pairing request. Press the sync button on the back to accept it.
And then on the back here, we have a red sync button.
Homebase was added successfully.
Confirm. Added successfully. Hit next. And now we can add familiar faces for like the Bionic Mind AI. And it looks like it's due for a firmware update. So we'll go ahead and let that take care of that, and we'll see you in a sec. All right, update is successful. We'll go ahead and hit finish. All right, so if we want to connect a device that we already have to the new Homebase, all we have to do is click on Homebase connection on that device, hit continue. It's going to select our Homebase, select that, and it's going to search for it on the network, hopefully. Yes, I'm using the Homebase 3. There we go. And we've successfully connected. Test is good. Fantastic. And just like I was telling you, we can simply go to the three dots, hit settings gear, Homebase connection. So if it has that, you can connect it to the Homebase 3 to have that AI connection and expanded storage. That's one thing I harped on older videos about on my reviews of the cameras when I first got them, is that there's not expandable storage. And now with the Homebase 3, you have expandable storage for all those cameras. Well, since I do have a combination of older and newer security cameras and things like that, it seems like some of them they operate on their own, or they aren't able to connect to the Homebase 3. But so far, everything has been super seamless. I haven't had to go outside in the rain to connect any of these, and connections have worked with every one of them. Super simple, just click it, say connect, yes, store it here, and then it's done. So if you're thinking about upgrading to the Homebase 3, some devices will work with it, some won't, but overall, I think it's definitely a worthwhile upgrade. Let's go ahead and jump a few days into the future where I'll be installing a hard drive on this guy. So I was supposed to be cutting to the part where I actually install this Samsung Evo 870 QVO. It's a solid state hard drive for my Homebase 3, which is also right here. Unfortunately, when I went back to review the footage, this camera wasn't recording. I do have a screen recording from my phone that we're going to try and work from in the process, but unfortunately, I don't have any of the footage of me actually physically swapping them out. So I'm just going to show you how I did that and how to do that again today. So first thing I'm going to do is just unceremoniously unplug your Homebase 3 here. And this is basically just the tutorial of how to swap those out. So this backside will let you rock it open, just like that. Now you can access it. This is just held on magnetically. And then right here is where you can remove your hard drive. You'll want a number 1 Phillips screwdriver. Just go ahead and take this guy out here. And then right here it says pull. So you'll pull right there, and the whole thing just slides right out. You can see I've already installed the hard drive. So inside the box there should be all 4 of the screws that you'll need to attach this. One thing to keep in mind when installing your hard drive here is when you place it in, it's pretty obvious there's these little holes here. So you can actually, depending on your mounting options, you can mount it from the bottom or from the sides. But this mounting plate has little pins in it. Looks like you got 2 little pins here. Those pins will align with the holes on the bottom of your hard drive. So we'll just go ahead and place your hard drive on there, and you can see it's not going anywhere. And that way you can get your screws started. One nice thing about these screws, you might be able to see it here, there's some blue thread locker on there, so that these, even with vibrations, so if you have a spinning disk hard drive, these will not spin out. And then once it's finally installed, you'll notice that the chipset faces are facing down towards the plastic frame. So if you're able to see the logo and not the chipset, that's good. And then we'll just slide this guy back in with this little tab here lined up for that little screw hole there. So when you put that together, you can screw that in and it'll lock it in place. And last but not least, throw your little magnetic plate on and we're good to go. Let's go ahead and jump into the app and show you the process of getting this hard drive prepared to be used. Alright, so I'm going to be going off of the screen recording that I have from before, because this is going to be completely fresh and original, which is what you should see, and I'll try and talk you through what's happening along the way. Alright, so we'll go ahead and open up the Eufy app and navigate to your Homebase 3, And then we can see here storage management, and it says available, has a dash, percentage sign with the dashes. That means that it's not quite ready. So, but if you look at the top here, it says Homebase is offline. So if we just exit out, come back into the app, the Homebase will then be online. And you can see here that this is a 4 terabyte hard drive with 4,096 gigabytes available, and it says 90% available right there. However, it is not ready to use yet. You'll have to click on storage management or click on that hard drive there, and it will open up this page here, and it'll even tell you right here, Samsung SSD is unavailable. Please format for normal using. So it'll actually format it to Eufy's file format style. So if you just go ahead and click the format button right here, it'll then prepare that hard drive to be used for video storage. And then once it's done formatting, it'll look more like this right here, which you can see I've actually had this going for a few months now, and I've used 1%. Granted, most of my cameras don't record 24/7, but as many cameras as I can connect to this Homebase 3 is storing the videos on there. So if anything does happen, it should store the data much longer. And I have videos still on that hard drive all the way back to when I installed it, and even older, because the videos that were stored on those devices before they were transferred over to here were transferred here before those devices were full, which is really smart, so that if you ever do lose connection with this, the videos are still being recorded on that device, and then once it reestablishes connection, it'll then send those recordings here to be stored and then also release extra storage on that device that is recording. So that's kind of cool. If you want to get this guy for yourself, the Homebase 3, I'll have links for it down below, as well as I do highly recommend using an SSD, but you can use any 2.5-inch hard drive yourself. Make sure you do choose a reputable brand like Samsung, Seagate, SanDisk, things like that. Honestly, in my line of work, I've run into a lot of issues with Toshiba ones, so I might shy away from those, even though it's a name that we all recognize. I'd stick to the ones that you know and you recognize, because if they do crash, all that footage is gone. So you want to choose something that will be reliable, like this one right here, a 4 terabyte hard drive. I know it can take up to like 16, or honestly any size hard drive that you can fit in a 2.5-inch slot. I think 4 terabytes is great. You can go for even more if you'd like. With Eufy's compression algorithm, they can record tons and tons. Like you saw there, I've only used 1% of the data available, and it's recorded back almost 6 months. Almost 6 months since I got this and started making this video. So it's got a lot of data on there. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions about the install process, the hard drive install, any of the things in between, let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer those. I try to get to every single comment that is left on my channel. If you have suggestions for future videos, let me know what you'd like to see. Again, in that same comment section below. And I am an Amazon affiliate, so using the Amazon affiliate links in the description do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. So please feel free to use those links to find these, the hard drive as well as the Homebase 3. Thank you again so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.